Hey everybody, I hope everybody had a good weekend. Um, Today we're going to be talking about percent of change. It's kind of the next thing for us. So when we talk about percentage of change, we're talking about something is changing from one thing to another, and we want to see what that percent is. So percent of change describes how much a quantity has changed relative to its original amount. It can be an increase or a decrease. So it can be something that's getting smaller or it can be something getting bigger. So if we just look at our equation, we get percent over 100. Remember, our percent is always a number over 100. So that goes in your top left. It's going to be equal to the amount of increase or decrease. So we're talking about the change in our decrease and our increase. So change between two of those, whatever numbers they may be, and then our original amount goes on the bottom. So as we go through this, please keep this equation in mind as you go through your notes here, and we go on to this first problem. So our first problem is what is the percentage of change of the alligator's length? So um, the alligator last year was only 32 inches. This year it's 38 inches. So when we talk about going to set this up, we need to find out the amount of change first. So if we look at what the alligator is this year, he's 38 inches. And what was he last year? He was 32 inches last year. So our amount of change is equal to 6. So that's our amount of change. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so 6 is our amount of change. So let's fill that into our equation. So we're looking for the percentage. So that is our variable. That goes over 100. And we're going to be equal to our amount of change, which is 6. And that's going to be divided by our original length, which is 32 inches. So that's our original length. So that's going to be 32. Okay, so when we work this problem out, we do it cross multiplying. So we get 32n is equal to 6 times 100, which is going to be 600. And we are going to divide by 32. Okay, when we do that, those cancel out. So n is going to equal 18.75%. Okay, so that is our percent of change when it comes to our problem. So not too bad. We've done this proportional kind of proportions equation for quite a while now. So we should be used to the cross multiplying, canceling numbers out, and all that stuff. So if we just get our numbers plugged in the right spot, I think we're going to be okay. So let's move on to the next problem. So we're going to find the percent of change from $7 to $7.35. So first thing we need to find out, what our rate of change is. So our amount of change, which is going to be from $7 to $7.35. So take $7.35, we're going to minus 7. So that gives us 0.35. So that's our amount of change right there. So that's our change. Okay, so when we plug this into our equation, remember we're looking for a percent, so that's going to be our variable over 100. It's going to be equal to 0.35, which is our amount of change, over what our original is, and our original is $7. So we're going to put that over 7. So when we figure this out, this is going to be 7n equals 100 times 0.35 is 35. So when we divide both sides by 7, n is going to be equal to 5%. So there's our answer right there. Again, not too bad as long as we get our numbers in the right spot. I think this is rather easy. So let's go on to the next one. So find the percent of change from 163 to 50. So again, we have to find our amount of change first. So we're going to take 163. We're going to minus 150, which is going to give us 13. So that's our change. Okay, we plug that into our formula. So we're looking for a percent. So that's over 100. Our change is 13. And then on the bottom, our original is 63. So we're going from 163 to 150. So what is that percentage? When we work through this problem, we get 163. N is equal to 1300 divided by 163, so they cancel out. Okay, N is going to be equal to 8%. So there's our answer. Okay, not too bad, I don't think. Not too bad at all. Okay, so let's go through and we're going to do one more. Okay, so we're going to find the percent of change from $94.50 to $81.99. So we need to find our rate of change. So we're going to take $94.50 and we're going to subtract $81.99, which is going to give us $12.51. So that's our change. Okay, and then we're going to we need to find our percent. So that's our variable, is going to be over 100, going to be equal to our changes, which is $12.51. And that's going to be over our original price, which is $94.50. So that's what our problem should look like when we set it up. When we do our cross multiplying, we should have $94.50. N is equal to what? 1,251. So that's 1251 times 100 is 1,251. So we're going to go ahead and divide by 94.50. So when we do this problem, N is going to be equal to 13.2%. So that's going to be our answer. And again, whenever we go to do percentages, I'm okay if we round to that percent right there. If we round just to our first 10th percent after the decimal, then I'm okay with that. I certainly won't count you wrong for if you wanted to carry it out. But so that's kind of our notes. I certainly want you to copy those down. You can pause this video whenever you want, but copy those down into your binder so you have them so they can help you with the homework. And so when you look at that, our homework is going to be sheet 3-4A. So that's going to be posted in a Google Doc. So you should be able to put your answers right on there. And then you should be able to hit the blue turn in button. And they should come directly to me so I can grade them. So go ahead and do the best you can with setting your problem up. Show as much work as you can. Things of that nature. So make sure you get that done. And so your percent of change, again, this is stuff that's going to be listed on your Google Classroom, so you'll know when it's due. So, all right, so let's have a good week.